Boot environments. FreeBSD has a fantastic feature called boot environments, which are like a snapshot of your boot environment of your operating system. A bit of akin to, it's not, there's nothing like it really. I was going to say it's a bit like the rollback feature in Windows, but it's not even like that. There's just nothing like it. So what this allows you to do, which is what I use it for mainly, is, what am I doing with my hands? What's this? I don't do that. So what I use this for is when I'm doing a load of system updates, I will take a snapshot of the boot environment, do the updates. If it goes wrong, which 9 times out of 10 it doesn't, but if there's, for instance, something that I'm going to update with PHP and the application that uses PHP doesn't work with, say, version 8 as opposed to version 7, I can just roll back to the other boot environment and it still works. So let's have a look at it and see what it is and how it works, shall we? So looking at my terminal here, I'm logged into a vanilla FreeBSD 13.1 release, and let's go BECTL. So there are two tools that you can use for this. There's BECTL, or you can install BEadmin, BEADM, which gives you less options, but it's easier to use. So it might be better for you to use this one. So I'm going to use BECTL for now. So there we go. If we list it, it will tell you what boot environments we've got at the moment. Just the default. Nice and simple. And it was created on 1st of the 8th, 2022, which is today, when I installed the system. Fairly simple. So let's create one and see what we can do with that, shall we? So BECTL create, and it will tell you where I've gone wrong and the name. Nice and easy. So let's go test list. So there's our two boot environments. So if I now install some software, let's go let's install Vim. I don't use Vim. It's not something I would normally install. There we go. So there it is. That's why I hate Vim. Can never remember the commands. Right, so if I now look at my boot environments, so what can I do with that? Well, let's say for argument's sake that when I installed Vim, it screwed something up. Clearly it didn't, and it wouldn't. But what can I do? Well, I can boot into the boot environment that I created a few minutes ago, reboot, and it's like it's not installed. So let's do that. So BECTL. There we go. So if I do my list again, and then I reboot, so let's go to the system to see it rebooting, just so that you know that I'm not cheating. Okay, so you can see that that is now restarted. Let's go back and restart this session. Clear it. Let's do a BECTL list. So there you go. The test is now active. So probably should have picked something better than Vi, to be honest. So Vim. There we go. Not installed. Absolutely invaluable. So if I now reactivate the default boot environment, helps if I actually spell correctly. There we go. So that's now the one that's active. And then reboot again, Vim will be installed again. Well, that's interesting. Oh, what happened there? Reboot, not restart. So go back to the box itself. There you go. Restarting. Beep. Up it comes. Time and date. There we go. Let's restart. Restart the terminal. There we go. And I'm back into that one. So if I now do Vim, there you go, it's back. There we go. So there's also BE admin, which again does the same thing, but doesn't have so many of the switches that you can put on the end. So if you look at, it's got more of it. But yeah, I find this absolutely invaluable. I have got into the routine now where if I'm doing updates, I make sure that I take a snapshot of my boot environment, because if I lose the server, I've got to go on site and I've got to fix it physically. I don't want to do that. I'd much rather just be able to go, there we go, activate that, let's go back. Absolutely fantastic. So there's a little insight into boot environments on FreeBSD. As I say, complete game changer and totally invaluable to what I do as a server administrator. I'm sure there are more in-depth things that you can do with it, but for me, having a list of boot environments that I can boot into after I've done some updates, that's just total game changer. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Like I said, not a massive one, not an in-depth thing, just a quick look at boot environments on FreeBSD, how they help me specifically, and maybe you can start using them just to cover your back when you're doing updates, if you want to. Hope you've enjoyed it. Subscribe for more videos. They come out once a week in the holidays at the moment, and after that it'll go back to twice a week. Give it a like if you like it. Don't forget, Discord link in the description. Tell me if you're using boot environments in the comments down below. Be interesting to see how many of you are, and if you're using it in a specific way, an advanced way. Let me know in the comments. As always, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.